Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
Here's a pretty wild fact for you. Chronic stress is linked to the 6 leading causes of death. That's a lot. And that's exactly why, in this explainer, we're going way beyond just the feeling of being stressed out. We are going to dive deep into the science of cortisol, your body's #1 stress hormone, and uncover some really powerful natural ways to finally get it under control. So here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll unpack this whole problem of chronic stress. Then we'll get into what cortisol actually is. From there, it's all about action. We'll cover lifestyle changes, nutrition, mindfulness, and then wrap things up with a few key questions. You ready? Let's get into it. All right, first things first, we have to frame the issue. See, we're living in what a lot of experts are calling a modern stress epidemic, and it has a very real, very biological side to it. Let me ask you this. Does that feeling of being constantly on, totally overwhelmed, or just frazzled sound familiar? You know that little engine inside you that just refuses to shut off? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are so not alone. It's one of the most common experiences in the world today.
And here is the absolute key. That feeling, it is not just in your head. Our go-go-go lifestyles often create a state of chronic stress, which in turn keeps a very specific hormone, cortisol, cranked up way too high. And this isn't some small thing. It's the root of the problem we're gonna unpack and solve today. So, let's get properly introduced to this hormone, shall we? Because really, understanding what cortisol is and what it's supposed to do is the first, most important step to getting a handle on it.
You can think of cortisol as your body's built-in alarm system. It's made by your adrenal glands and, when everything's working right, it's actually super useful. It helps manage how your body uses carbs, fats, and proteins. It tamps down inflammation. It even controls when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake. Cortisol itself isn't the enemy, not when it's in balance.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. In the short term, like if a car cuts you off and you have to slam on the brakes, that spike of cortisol is a good thing. It's what gives you that jolt of energy and focus to react. That's your fight or flight response. The real problem starts when that alarm system gets stuck in the on position. That's chronic high cortisol, and that's what leads to all the bad stuff. Disrupted sleep, weight gain, anxiety, you name it.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's talk solutions. And we're going to start with the 2 biggest, most powerful pillars you can build to manage your cortisol: sleep and movement. These are the fundamentals. Let's start with a simple, powerful number: 7 to 9 hours. Seriously, this isn't just a nice idea. It's one of the single most effective things you can do to regulate cortisol. Your body does all its most important repair work and hormonal rebalancing while you're asleep. If you shortchange your sleep, that whole system just goes haywire. So how do you get there? Well, it really boils down to a few key habits. Number 1, consistency is everything. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. Yep, even on weekends. It sets your body's internal clock. Number 2, put the phone down an hour before bed. That blue light actively messes with your sleep hormones. And third, turn your bedroom into a sleep cave. Make it cool, dark, and quiet. It's all about creating a sanctuary for your body to recover. And here is our next big number for the day: 150 minutes. That's a sweet spot for the weekly amount of moderate exercise. It's like you're productively burning off all that excess stress energy, which directly helps to lower your cortisol levels over time. And the best part? You don't have to be a marathon runner. And the great news is that you've got tons of options. A brisk walk, a calming yoga class, maybe a more structured workout program, they all work wonders. Honestly, what you do matters way less than the fact that you just do it consistently. Find something you actually enjoy, and it'll become a non-negotiable part of your routine.
Okay, so once you start dialing in your sleep and movement, the next powerful lever we can pull is nutrition. Food is an incredible tool for building a body that's just naturally more resilient to stress.
This table here just lays it out so perfectly. On one side, you have the foods to embrace: whole foods, veggies, healthy fats. These things help stabilize your blood sugar and reduce inflammation, which creates a nice calm environment inside your body. Then, on the other side, you've got the stuff to limit: caffeine, tons of sugar, refined carbs. Those things can send your blood sugar and your cortisol on an absolute roller coaster.
And if you want to get really specific, here are some absolute nutritional powerhouses. Things rich in omega-3s like salmon, flax seeds, and walnuts are fantastic. Leafy greens, oysters, they're packed with stress-busting nutrients. And then there are things called adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha and rhodiola that have been shown to help your body adapt to stress. Just see that little asterisk? Always talk to your doctor before starting a new supplement.
Okay, we've covered the physical stuff. Now let's talk about the mental and the environmental side of things. This section is all about how to actively tell your nervous system that it's safe and that it's okay to power down and relax. This right here is the science behind why things like meditation and yoga feel so darn good. They literally flip a switch in your body. They turn off your fight or flight system and turn on your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and digest mode. When that system is active, your heart rate slows down, your digestion gets better, and your adrenal glands get the message to ease up on the cortisol. And look, this doesn't have to mean sitting on a cushion for 30 minutes. Simple stuff can have a huge effect. A few minutes of deep breathing, like the 4-7-8 method, can work miracles. So can a good, hard belly laugh, or just petting your dog, or getting lost in a hobby you love. It's all about finding those little pockets of calm. Now, this is one of my absolute favorite tips because the science is so cool. Research shows that spending just 20 to 30 minutes in nature, a park, a forest, even your own backyard, can cause a significant measurable drop in your cortisol levels. It's simple, it's free, and it's incredibly effective. So next time you're feeling wound up, just go outside. All right, let's start to bring this all home. We'll wrap things up by tackling a couple of the most common questions people have when they start this journey, and we'll recap the biggest takeaways. This is the big one, right? We all want to know, okay, this is great, but when am I actually going to feel better? How fast do these changes really work?
And here's the honest truth. Some of these things, like deep breathing or that walk in the park, can give you immediate relief. You'll feel it right away. But for those deeper, lasting changes to your baseline cortisol levels, you're probably looking at several weeks of consistent effort. The key word there is consistency. It's so much more important than perfection.
Here's another question I hear all the time. You know, with things like ashwagandha out there, can't I just take a pill and call it a day? Can I rely only on supplements? And the answer to that is a very clear and simple no. The best way to think about supplements is that they are supportive tools. They're like the sidekick. They are not a magic bullet that can replace the foundational work of getting good sleep, moving your body, and eating well. They help, but they can't do the job for you. So I'll leave you with this final thought. We've covered a whole lot of ground today, but remember, every big journey starts with a single, small step. So looking at everything we've talked about, from a 10-minute walk to putting your phone away a little earlier tonight, what is the one small, totally doable change you're going to make today? Because that is where it all begins.
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.